we gather here to pay tribute and express our deepest gratitude to these exceptional individuals who have dedicated their lives to serving the nation. In order to honor the service of our esteemed retired and retiring colleagues, previous leaderships of the Nigerian Army initiated this noble concept of giving retired and retiring generals of the Nigerian Army a memorable exit from the service. In keeping with this laudable concept, the current Nigerian Army leadership, headed by the 23rd Chief of Army Staff, Lt.Gen. T.A. Lagbaja, Nigerian Army Medal, has also wholeheartedly supported this initiative. Thus, today's occasion is a continuation of that noble innovation and the third in its series. It is equally important to know that a similar event has been planned by the Army Headquarters Garrison and divisions across the country for colonels and other junior officers that have exited the service this year in the same spirit of appreciation. It is to this end that the Chief of Army Staff will want to personally appreciate the retired and retiring senior officers. Our distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, we are here to celebrate 113 generals of the Nigerian Army, amongst who retired this year and those retiring by the end of the year. We have one full general, one lieutenant general, 67 major generals, and 44 brigadier generals who are to be honored today. These distinguished generals, alongside their spouses, are being celebrated for their meritorious service to the nation. These retired and retiring generals have demonstrated unwavering commitment, unmatched leadership, and unparalleled courage throughout their illustrious careers. They have left indelible marks on the Nigerian Army and on the armed forces, setting the standards for excellence and inspiring future generations of military leaders. Hence, it is only appropriate to celebrate them in appreciation of their service to the nation. The legacies they are leaving behind are solid and loud, one of which is this Armed Forces Officers' Mess where we are gathered, which is the brainchild of General L.E.O. Irabor, retired, the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Having served the nation for over 30 years and attained the ranks of brigadier generals, major generals, lieutenant general, and full general, it is worthy that they exit the service triumphantly. Today's occasion is therefore the climax of events in recognition and appreciation of their service to the nation. The ceremony is equally unique as it ushers us into the end of the year and Christmas season. It therefore gives me great pleasure to, on behalf of the Chief of Army Staff, Lt.Gen. T.A. Lagbaja, Nigerian Army Medal, officers and soldiers of Nigerian Army, most humbly welcome Your Excellencies, our revered retired and retiring generals, as well as our highly esteemed invited guests to this send-off regimental dinner night celebration.
I'm delighted and honored to welcome you all to the Armed Forces Officers' Mess at Sokoro, the venue of this all-important regimental dinner night, in honor of Nigerian Army generals that retired or are retiring this year. Some may wonder why we chose the Armed Forces Mess and not our traditional Army Headquarters Command Mess 1. as the venue for this event? Well, judging from the number we have here, I believe we can easily understand that the need to make everyone sit in a single hall necessitated our choice. This has made it more expedient to salute the vision of the immediate past Chief of Defense Staff, General Irabor, for envisioning the construction of this mess and the steadfastness for seeing to its actualization. This has also reinforced the need to quickly complete our ongoing Nigerian Army International Conference Center project that was envisioned and fully funded by the immediate past Chief of Army Staff, Lt.Gen. Faruk Yahaya. I never knew some of our colleagues admired being clerics so much until I spotted them nurturing beards and mustache in their post-service new looks. For those who are looking in the direction of General Solomon Udonwa, I didn't mention his name. When the Chief of Administration Army brought up the idea of organizing this dinner for our retired senior officers, as has been the practice, I reminded him we have to plan it in a highly befitting manner. This is not because we are so much in love with members of 38 regular course, but because this will be most likely the template that will be used to organize the next one. And I reminded him that we are the ones with the next set of boarding passes. This evening's gathering reminds me of how we started our post-Nigerian Defense Academy service with a similar activity, the Nigerian Defense Academy POP Regimental Dinner Night. We were told then that the event was to mark the beginning of a journey into the officers' corps of our armed forces. Although we had the privilege of experiencing some regimental dinner night functions prior to the POP dinner night at the Nigerian Defense Academy, that particular event came with a different flavor. It was filled with a sense of accomplishment and hope of a bright future in our chosen career. As hopeful and excited as we were for a fulfilling career then, we were apprehensive of the unknown. We were not sure of how many will make it to the end and what sort of career it was going to be for each of us. We have tried to reenact that regimental dinner night experience tonight to make our retired and retiring generals count their blessings and appreciate God and the Nigerian Army for where you got to. There's no doubt that so many of your colleagues that passed out from the Nigerian Defense Academy will have prayed to get to where you got to in service. So as I welcome you to this regimental dinner night, I congratulate you for getting to this point of disengaging voluntarily from service in a meritorious manner. I congratulate your spouses and other family members for having you back correctly. I believe you are now catching up lost time with your families. As we go into this evening's dinner proper, I thank our special guest of honor, His Excellency Alhaji Muhammad Badaru Abubakar, the Honorable Minister of Defense, for honoring us with his esteemed presence. Thank you for coming, sir. I also thank our celebrants and their spouses for honoring our invitation to this dinner put together in your honor. I congratulate you, sir, for a successful ending of another era in your life and wish you all the best as you forge ahead in your new endeavors. I say thank you for your service on behalf of a grateful nation and a proud army. I wish you a rewarding retirement life. On a final note, I welcome everyone to this dinner. I enjoin you to relax and enjoy this sumptuous meal and good drinks that the organizers have provided.
is well spent. Permit me to stand on all existing protocol. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is, but first I have to greet the ladies especially. Before I run into trouble, especially my amiable wife and the wife of the Chief of Army Staff. It is with great honor that I stand before you today as special guest of honor at this important ceremony, which aims to pay tribute to our retired and retiring generals in the Nigerian Army. This occasion allows us to reflect upon the extraordinary service and profound dedication demonstrated by those exceptional individuals throughout their illustrious careers. I am convinced that the experiences and skills garnered while in service, such as integrity, discipline, dedication, loyalty, and respect for diversity, which had been their working principle through their careers, will provide them a very good platform as they exit the service. Our 2023 retired and retiring generals have led with courage, wisdom, and determination, devoting themselves to the protection and defense of our dear nation. They have relentlessly pursued excellence, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to duty. Their selfless sacrifice and steadfast leadership have undoubtedly laid an indelible mark on the armed forces and the nation as a whole. Throughout their careers, those esteemed individuals have faced countless challenges, displayed remarkable resilience and adaptability in navigating the ever-evolving complexities of modern world. The retiring generals we honor today have excelled in those uncertain times through their strategic insight and resourcefulness to address the merit of security challenges bedeviling our nation. Their unwavering commitment to professionalism, integrity, and ethical conduct has set the standard with the Nigerian Army, inspiring generation coming after to do exploits. Well wishing our recent retired and retiring generals, retired generals a fulfilling, productive, and rewarding life in retirement, please note that for those who wish to join politics, the politics space is now open to you. Bring your intellect, love for the country, discipline and loyalty on board, and let us together build a viable nation that we and our children can be proud of. Let me, however, question you to learn from the misfortune of some of your predecessors who tried to enter politics without adequately learning the ropes. Politics is a different ballgame altogether, and you need tutelage. I can mentor as a consultant, as a hands-on thing. On a serious note, I encourage you to take a break to reflect appropriately on what is next and strategize before making the next move. Avoid putting all your eggs in a single basket. At this initial stage, remember, gratuity is paid only once. I assure you of President's commitment to prompt payment of pensions for our retired personnel, and I am obliged to fulfill President's commitment in this regard. And I assure you of my availability to advise you on the business, profession, or vocation you choose to endeavor on. As a former president of NASIMA, I believe I have the intellect, the capacity, as an accomplished businessman, to advise you this time for free. salute our beloved newly retired generals and others at the exit door for their exemplary service and love for the country. I congratulate their families, particularly their spouse, for having them back home fully. I thank the spouses and the children for their perseverance during the days and years of absence. In my few months as the Honorable Minister of Defense, I have come to appreciate the sacrifices made by our military families better, and I convey the nation's gratitude to you all. And I believe you will now start to begin to tolerate each other the way we civilians do, because you will be more at home. The Ministry of Defense is exploring options to make life in retirement desirable for our officers and men who have given the nation their best while in service. To this end, the issue of medical coverage and other welfare issues are being looked into to better the loss of our retired personnel. I must remind everyone that policies take time to get implemented in a constitutional democracy with its attendant bureaucracy. However, this administration is committed to getting things done quickly and correctly. Finally, I charge officers and men of armed forces to remain loyal and sustain the culture of supporting democracy in Nigeria and across our shores. Your disposition towards democracy has made you a shining example in West Africa. You give us cause to be proud and influential in the community of nations. And I assure you that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, will continue to support all your operations as well as your welfare. I again congratulate our retired and retiring general for the year 2023 for successful culminating their service, their active service to the nation. On behalf of a grateful nation, I thank you for your service. I equally thank the Chief of Army Staff and the organizers of this event for inviting me as special guest of honor. I wish everyone safe journey back home and do have a good night rest. God bless you all, and thank you for keeping us.
Honor, sir, the Chief of Defense Staff, incumbent and immediate past, the Chief of Army Staff, the incumbent and immediate past. Please permit me to leverage on a very well established protocol. On behalf of the immediate past Chief of Defense Staff, General Irabor, the immediate past Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Faruk Yahaya, all members of 37 regular corps, and all members of 38 regular corps, and all other courses of the Army that were sent forth today. I want to thank Almighty God for His mercies, His protection, His blessings upon us while we serve the Nigerian Army. You can all agree with me that our market was a very good market. From General Irabor, 34th course, is the last man standing, with the Chief of Defense Staff. General Tahiru, 35th course, may so rest in peace, made Chief of Army Staff. Lieutenant General Yahaya, my coursemates, 37th course, made Chief of Army Staff. General C.G. Musa, 38th regular course, is the incumbent Chief of Defense Staff of Nigeria. And Lieutenant General Lagbaja is the incumbent Chief of Army Staff. You can imagine the lineage of CDSs and Chief of Army Staffs that this trade has produced. While we're exiting, we're thanking God and praying that the Chief of Defense Staff and Chief of Army Staff, that God will use them to take the army to the El Dorado. We're expecting that their regime will bring the crisis we're having to an end. And we're praying for them, and we're going to be with them as we retire, that they will be able to end the crisis we're having. Let us thank the the special guest of honor. Sir, you have done us well by accepting to be here as the Minister of Defense, and we are very, very grateful to you and your amiable wife for spending this length of time with us. To all the members of the National Assembly here, and to all of you in the high table, we are really honored that you joined us to bid us farewell as we retire from the Army. We want to thank the Chief of Army Staff for this privilege and honor he has given us. Today was a very lavish day for us. We were very well fed. In fact, this welfare bag, I think, I'm impressed with the size, and I'm quite sure that my colleagues will agree with me that we are going to go home happy. We want to thank the organizing committee led by the Chief of Army for a very well packaged dinner for us, a regimental dinner night. We are really grateful for the food we are served, but permit me to thank the band so much. In fact, this band, let's please put our hands together for them.